Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got a very interesting unboxing to share with you guys. This is a Spyderco knife that is brand new to me. A USA made Spyderco knife that is brand new to me. Now, for some people, I think that they'll enjoy it because it's weird and different. For a lot of people, they're going to say that it looks like every other Spyderco, and we'll see everything in between, right? I think with Spyderco, you see the box, you see the thumbnail, you hear the name, and you expect Spyderco to, jump up in the air and do a different trick. And the reality of it is that there really is very little incentive for them to do a different trick. Here lately, it's been slightly different shape. We're going to use kind of the same material, same blade steel, right? But we're going to sell you the same Spyderco package in a different shape, essentially, especially when it comes to Golden, Colorado. And, sometimes some people say, oh, that's boring. Why don't they innovate? Why don't they do that? And the reality of it is because they don't have to. There's not really much incentive for them to innovate the same way that a lot of these Chinese companies making the titanium whatever with the button, and you push the button and a freaking hot dog stand flies out of it. There's not much incentive for Spyderco to do that. So I thought this looked interesting. I kind of know what to expect from Spyderco. I guess I'm just saying, we might just kind of calibrate a little bit. But I thought it looked interesting. I wanted to share it with you guys. Anytime Spyderco does anything even kind of different through Golden, Colorado, then I'm going to be interested. So I appreciate eKnives loaning this to me for review. It will go back when I'm done. You can buy this right now. I should be able to. I'll link it down in the description. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. Make sure your notifications are turned on for the Metal Complex YouTube channel. We are not reviewing this knife today. We are simply unboxing it. Now, perhaps this has been around longer than I realize. It's new to me. The Pekal. Pekal BK G10 S30V. I like S30V, and Spyderco does a great job with it. What I thought was interesting is that this appeared to have the same locking system. What is this? What the heck? Has it come out of there? It's got a unicorn horn. What the heck? This appears to have the same locking system as the Manix 2, the cage lock. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Actually, needs a little breaking in. Is this just for like the wave? It's for there's some right now. At this very moment, there are at least 3 people frantically typing that it's supposed to be used for your pocket so that it can be deployed in like a tactical way as it comes out, right? You put the blade in and it catches, in this case, the front, right? They are frantically typing. They're so overjoyed, right? Almost in a manic way, to be given the opportunity to teach me and everybody else in the comments. I have oh yes, of course, my secret knowledge. Oh, tactical deployment. Yes, what you don't know. Fools, little foolish, stupid mortals. I've trained in the mountains of Indonesia with the tactical Emerson wave, and let me bestow upon you the knowledge of the ancient wizard ninja. Yes, we all know. That's not special knowledge. You can go ahead and delete that paragraph. You ain't got to type that up. Everybody knows. If you've been through my comments on some of this stuff, then there's always that one guy who's like, "Ooh, they have no idea. I can't wait to tell them about." Anytime there's something sticking off the front of the thing, it's meant to deploy as you pull it out of your pocket. Technically, it's the fastest, right? It's the fastest means of deployment. Like it's slightly faster than taking the knife out of your pocket and going like this, which is a really big deal in like the knife fighter self-defense part of our community. I'm not going to pretend to know I'm not a knife fighter I don't have to, when I go to get gas. But yeah, I mean, like if you're in that specific scenario and like your continued existence is anchored to deployment speed on your pocket knife, number one, holy moly. The events leading up to that situation, you got to go back. You got to, I'd say, reprioritize, your life and consider how you got in this situation. But if it does unfold that way, right? No pun intended there. Then yeah, maybe this little dick coming out of the top of the knife will matter. But yeah, I don't know who designed this. I don't recognize that logo. That's just funny, man. It's just a peg. But okay, so the interesting thing about this is that this pocket clip is on the opposite side of what I would guess. Here, let me get my fancy jeans to demonstrate here. So I'm putting this. I'm just gonna have to pretend this is me and I'm laying down, okay? So I tried to put it here, and I realized, oh no, that peg's not gonna catch anything there. I mean, I suppose maybe it could. Okay, so as you pull, it's supposed to catch, right? And I guess it kind of can right there. But I think maybe, are we supposed to have it up here? That just feels kind of dangerous to have it that close to the goods. But like as you pull from here, it is inevitably going to catch. Sorry, I don't have the jeans down far enough, right? But it's inevitably going to catch here and deploy as it comes out. So I don't know. Let me put it in my own pocket and see if it wants to catch. Yeah, it does. It really doesn't matter if you put it here or here. But I'll tell you what, that's a little scary the way that I'm pulling it out. So a lot of times I pull my knife out like this, but I'm also used to the blade being the other way, right? Like these are both presumably, I suppose you could mount it on this side. You could totally, I'm just going to put it in my pocket like this. Yeah. So if I was going to carry this, like this came mount, I don't know if the designer would consider this mounted for a right-handed person, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, if you're if I was going to carry this, I would mount the pocket clip on this side and carry it just like my other pocket knives, right? Because I want to hold it like this and have the blade whip out away from this region of my jeans and my hand. I don't want it to whip out like this, like blade deployed towards me, right? So I don't know, that it's just odd the way that the pocket clip came from the factory. I would call this a left-handed mounted pocket clip. That's what I would call that. But I don't know. I think it just depends. I mean, I'm going to guess the designer is like a self-defense person, like trained and has studied this art or whatever. So there's probably a reason for the pocket clip being mounted this way, and maybe they would refer to this as right-handed, and maybe it's supposed to be deployed as, who knows, right? Probably has to do with speed and positioning and a whole bunch of other freaking ultra instinct elements that I can't even fathom because I didn't train with the gods. So I don't know, but I do think the peg is funny. It is very Spyderco in the sense that it is a very oddly shaped thing. I get it doesn't feel like this. I think this is meant for your pinky, so it's like a, so maybe it's because it's supposed to be deployed and then you're supposed to be able to whip it. Or I'm trying to imagine here. So I'm pulling it. It's pocket clips like this. It's deployed, and then I can immediately hold it like this. I don't know how we get there. Obviously, we'll have to watch some videos. It's neat to see something else with the cage lock. And, at the end of the day, here's the reality of it. It doesn't matter who buys this. You don't need a special, black level ninja warrior card to, and they don't have to, send the guy to the back room and smoke and, ooh, yes, you are, of course, elite level and you have access to the deadliest of the spite. No, you can just go to Blade HQ, give them money, and they give you this, right? So, the reality of it is regardless of the intended function, right, the design, the idea behind, what it's supposed to be used for, 99.99999% of the people who buy this knife will simply use it as maybe carry it, thinking just in case I get attacked by the ninja terrorist clowns. Then I'm slightly more optimized. But in the meantime, I suppose I'll go ahead and open my mail with this because this is what I have in my pocket. That's what this is going to be used for, right? So I'm going to review it. Like, I'll acknowledge that it's probably, self-defense. But I couldn't imagine that the designer wasn't like, and yeah, obviously in the meantime, you can still use it for stuff like that. It's like kind of a Hawksbill blade S30V. Probably be a pretty good package opener, honestly, kind of tearing into stuff. Not something I want jammed in my chest or drug across my chest, which is probably what it's designed for. But it is neat. The peg is funny. It works. The peg is really funny to me. It just feels like it's kind of like squished into the blade. So I wonder why they wouldn't just grind the blade to be like for the horn to be like part of the blade. It just feels like it comes out, but it doesn't. Pretty easy to manipulate and deploy. It's a little stiff. I think it's just because it's brand new and running on phosphor bronze. Reverse flicking is very easy. Ergonomically, it's all right in this grip. Again, I feel like it's meant to be held in this grip. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. I will measure it for you real quick and weigh it. So overall length of the Pikal, 7.5 inches. Blade length is 3 inches and cutting edge is 2.8. I also know, and you can timestamp this for those guys, like, because there's going to be a few people who are just mad. Why are you an unbox? You don't know anything about it. You don't know anything about it. And they type up this big, long book about how I was supposed to research and know that. No, on unboxing, I don't do that. I do this on purpose because I don't want my reaction to be primed by, a bunch of like information that I already know about it. Sometimes I know a little bit, sometimes I don't. When I do an unboxing, I like to go in blind so I can react to it organically and give my initial thoughts. Then I like to learn things from you guys and, from watching other videos before I do the actual review. I've got a lot of people who cannot tell the difference between a guy on the internet taking something out of the box for the first time and commenting on it. They cannot tell the difference between that and an authentic review where the person has actually researched it, studied it, right? Taken the time to experience a little bit and then give their thoughts on it. People assume that anybody who's got a thing, whether they're taking it out of a box for the first time or not, that's a review. No. It's an unboxing. We're just taking it. We're just kind of giving first impressions, right? I like to do it this way. I think it's fun. Sometimes I'm right. Sometimes my review is essentially the same thoughts that I had in the unboxing. Sometimes I'm wrong, and sometimes my experience changes. I think it's kind of fun to see, here's where we started and here's where we ended, because the entire knife journey, the entire knife hobby interest thing is exactly that. You start thinking one way and you end thinking entirely different. I mean, that's what's pretty much the entire experience in a nutshell, right? So that's kind of why I like to do these. So if you're getting bent out of shape because I don't know the freaking whole backstory of the Kung Fu Panda, whatever spirit realm that's associated with, I'm joking, right? But if you're gonna get mad about that, save it. Like, what a waste of energy. We'll talk about it in the final review. But I do think this is cool. And I think that obviously something like this, people who actually do know about self-defense and, obviously there is an optimized, like, I'm joking around, but there is a way to be more optimized, and there are, in the worst case scenario, every teeny tiny little thing helps. So something like this probably is designed very purposefully, right? I just don't know what it is, and all I can do is guess at the moment. So, but anyways, that's going to be it for me today, guys. Thanks again to eKnives for sending this in. I will put the links for this down in the description. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like. So check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.